What's up, everybody? ScottX1307. I was tagged, oh Lord, back on the 3rd. Today is the 11th. So it's been a few days by Howler Mouse in the Q&A tag that's been going around. Tried to do this video a few times, and I don't know, thoughts just kind of get jumbled and everything doesn't seem to come out right. So I've stopped and restarted several times, but I'm going to try to make this short, and I'm just going to roll with it and just kind of see what comes out. It's a pretty neat tag going around, and I appreciate the tag, Howler. These videos are always pretty cool. Gives you a chance to get to learn a little bit more about everybody. In his video, he asked 3 questions, and the tag going around, you asked 3 questions, and you answer those questions, and then pick 3 other people to tag and give them 3 new questions. So first question he asked is, what do you think your collection says about your relationship to comic books as a medium? My relationship to comic books. Well, like a lot of people, it's been, it's kind of like that girl you dated in high school. It's on again, off again. For various reasons, usually monetary, or there are times where I've been heavy into collecting, and then there are other times where I go for months or sometimes years without collecting a single book. Started, I was like 10 or 12, so late 80s, early 90s, and if you saw my collection from the books that I collected first to what I'm collecting now, you'll see there's gaps in the time. There'll be a couple of years where I have almost every book of a run, and then there'll be months or a couple of years where I've had very few or no books from titles. So but it's always been there ever since I read the first comics that were given to me as a kid. It just sparked my imagination and that thing inside, and I've loved comics since then. It's a good escape. I think it's a true literary and true art form. It's one of the few, you can call it a true American art form. And like I said, it's that on again, off again relationship. It's it's times where it gets kind of hot and heavy, and then there are times where it gets kind of stale, and you just kind of gotta go your separate ways. But for some reason, there's always that thing, it sticks in the back of your mind that you're gonna come back around to it eventually. I collected all the way up through high school, and then it was like 11th grade or so when I kind of started slowing down. Had a car, had to pay for gas, things like that. Started going out on dates and stuff, and comics kind of went by the wayside. Then I got out of school, and it's like 19 or 20. Started dabbling and picking up a few comics here and there again, and for the first few years in the early 2000s, I was collecting a couple of dozen titles a month, and now it seems kind of gone back into the past, and I guess that's what I guess it kind of happens when you get you know, mid-30s. You start that nostalgia bug hits you, and you start wanting to go back and get the things that you had and lost when you were younger, or the things that you could never get when you were younger, or the things that maybe you didn't know about. That's why I collect a lot of 70s and 80s books now. The back issues are my kind of bread and butter, I guess. And also indie titles. The Marvel and DC books, to me, they're kind of the same thing over and over. And the indie titles are a little different. They don't have the huge runs. Most of them don't. That Marvel and DC do. And I don't know, there's a difference to them, and that is that's kind of how my relationship to comics has evolved. Branched out into things that kind of like reading you know, regular novels. You start off reading the things they make you read in school, and then you notice there are other genres. You can get into sci-fi and horror and fantasy and things like that. And I don't know. Man, that's a tough question. This is the reason I've had to restart this video a couple of times. This first question is a little tricky, but yeah, I guess I don't know how else to explain it. It's late, as you can see from the videos, for the past 2-3 years now. I've been collecting a lot of back issues that I pick up at the flea market, and I don't know, what's old is new again to me, I guess, is a way to put it. I guess that's about it for the first question. The second question is, how do you decide what goes into your collection? With me, I collect more for the different artists. There's certain artists that everybody likes. Me, I pick up just about anything that's Jack Kirby. Started picking up a lot of John Byrne stuff, things like that. And I also keep an eye out for things that, you know, titles that are highly recommended, stories that are, you know, supposed to be good. And then, like I said before, the indie titles. I think a lot of the indie books, especially the 80s indie books, Eclipse and Comico, were kind of overlooked by the majority of collectors. And there is some really good stuff out there. Even up through the 90s, there's some really good stuff. Stuff from Dark Horse. Yeah, Concrete, which is you know, kind of very can be political, and there's a lot of messages about the environment in it. Then there's things like Grendel, which is kind of explores the nature of people, I believe, is a good way to put that. You know, the title itself being about, you know, Grendel is actually supposed to be the villain. That you read the story and it's kind of easy for him to come off like the good guy, but you know, it's things like that. And then a lot of sci-fi stuff. I've always been big on sci-fi. I grew up reading um, Robert Heinlein. My mom got me into reading Heinlein's books, and then Isaac Asimov, and I read a lot of the John Carter books in middle school. So a lot of sci-fi and you know, fantasy type books catch my eye now, and I'll often pick up a book that has some really great art, but kind of a mediocre story, just because the art is good. And at the same time, I'll pick up books that I read a little bit of and the story seems really good, but the art isn't that great. And as far as new titles, again, I stick with the indie stuff, and it's mostly sci-fi stuff. I've been collecting Black Science. You see here, it's kind of different. It's sci-fi. It's about multiple universes, parallel dimensions. I've been picking up Alex and Ada, which is cool. It's about you know, what does it actually mean to be, you know, a sentient being, not necessarily human, but just, you know, alive, a life form with sentience, with a fear of death, you know, things like that. And then post-apocalyptic stuff like The Bunker, Afterlife with Archie, Walking Dead. That's always been a mainstay of my my likes. Not necessarily always in comics. Big post-apocalyptic and zombie movie fan. Love the George Romero movies, and that has bled over into my comic collection. But yeah, I look for, you know, like most people, I look for good stories, good art. When you find both of those together, kind of makes the perfect combination. And I pick up a lot of off-the-wall stuff. If you see my videos, I pick up a lot of really weird, kind of off-the-wall indie stuff. And I don't know, grabbing a lot of stuff at the flea market is 20 cents. It's easy to take a chance with books because they're so cheap. So I guess I pick up, it's a very eclectic collection, which kind of mirrors my personality. I'm kind of here and there and everywhere in the things that I enjoy. You know, I like history, I like science, literature, everything. Just I always wanted to be like an everyman, or a Thomas Jefferson, a Renaissance man, you know. I guess what is the saying, a jack of all trades, master of none. As it's hard. I can't narrow down my interest to one certain thing, so my collection is kind of eclectic. And let's see. Question number 3 is, does the arrangement of your collection mean anything in particular about your relationship to comics? The arrangement of my collection. Well, I mean, I separate my books in between Marvel, DC, and indie books in alphabetical order. Most of the stuff you see, like right here in my little corner, I have them arranged by current titles, and then I keep Uncanny X-Men and Teen Titans separate below that. So those are 2, you know, fairly substantial runs that I'm working on finishing. And then yeah, I guess most of the books in here are my more recent pickups in the past couple of years. Most of the stuff that I collected when I was younger is in the back room in long boxes and short boxes. stacked on a shelf. A little harder to get to. These are the things out here that I still need to read, or note I'd like to read again, and I keep them kind of close and a little more easily accessible. Yeah, I guess that's really about it. I don't. Other than that, there's really no particular way I arrange them. I just, like I said, I just keep them separated by Marvel, DC, and Indie, and keep my more recent stuff out where I can get to it easier. It's kind of boring, isn't it? Alright, well, at least this is shorter than the other videos that I was going into. I was just kind of mumbling and rambling on nonsense. Sorry, it's kind of boring and not going into a lot of detail. But yeah. Okay, now I'm supposed to tag 3 other people. This was kind of tough. There's a lot of people have been tagged. I think I found 3 people who haven't. If you have already, sorry. I'm gonna tag Michael, Jocko, Ynot Art, Tony, and J-Rocks. And it's kind of difficult to come up with 3 questions, but I did. Not the greatest questions, but we'll see what you guys think. First question is, why do you continue to read and collect comics? Second question, if you could live in any comic or cinematic movie universe, which would it be and why? The movie universe doesn't have to be a comic cinematic, doesn't have to be the Marvel Cinematic Universe or DC, just any movie universe or any comic universe. You know, which would it be and why? And why do you believe comics have managed to stay around for 100 years now, with all the crashes and bubbles and all the times that the industry's gotten to a glut and come very close to having major publishers shut down? They seem to have always come back. Why do you think that is? Why do you think comics have managed to stay around for 100 years? And I guess that's it. Kind of a boring Q&A tag. Sorry, guys. I tried to put some thought into the answers for the questions, but I don't know. It's the best. That's the best I can do. So thanks for watching, and I guess till next time. Everybody take care. Later.